Well, you had the idea of one drink, one water.
No, but you guys are like,
that.
no, that's too strict. I'm like, one drink, one water works.
Sorry, Mum. That's not.
You're listening to Workplace Inappropriate, where HR professionals and their guests discuss real workplace scenarios to answer the question, what is workplace inappropriate? Co-host and HR professionals Kearin Lowry, Kate Owen, and Zoe Grahl of WorkforcePositive.com won't bore you with employment law or get right just about workplace conduct. Instead, they're going to answer real questions, like should I dance on the table at the Christmas party? Or can I tell someone their clothes are workplace inappropriate? Kearin, Kay, Zoe, and their guests are lifting the lid on some HR juice and losing the HR fun police tag. With their A-plus HR advice, you can have fun and still keep your job. Now, here are your hosts, Kearin, Kate, and Zoe.
Welcome to Workplace Inappropriate, hosted by Workforce Positive. My name's Kate. I'm here with Kearin and Zoe. I'm just going to pass it off to Kearin, our director, to give us a little bit of an introduction about our podcast and what her plan is for our little podcast we started here.
Thanks, Kate. Well, I'm excited to be here. Workplace Inappropriate is all about talking about the things we're not allowed to talk about at work. So workplace dating and relationships, workplace communication, workplace conflict, and talking about real scenarios so that we can help people improve their awareness and have open conversations about the realities of work. We're an organisation based in Australia, and in Australia, a lot of our workplace conduct training is based around legislation. Mm-hmm. So what is sexual harassment, as an example? Well, there's this very long legal term for what is sexual harassment, but let's talk about real scenarios so that people can partake in the conversation and get a better, more deeper understanding, because the workplace is for everyone, not just people like me. I have a HR degree, I have 20 years of HR experience, I've had 6 years of running a HR consultancy. So yeah, I know what sexual harassment is, but the truth is that the workplace is for everyone. So my goal is that we have better conversation and a heightened awareness so that more people feel comfortable talking about these things and feeling that more confident in how to navigate these tricky situations, because they come up. They come up for everybody.
Yeah, definitely. And it's for everyone, all ages. As you can see, we're different ages here. So we've got different experiences and different opinions. Yeah. So today's topic is what not to say at your Christmas party or do at your Christmas party. Everyone knows Christmas parties can be very awkward sometimes because you're there drinking with your boss, drinking with your co-workers, and it's out of the comfortability of the workplace. It's a different environment. Everyone's got their personalities. Everyone's doing their different thing and it likes to shine through, and alcohol is usually involved in these type of parties. Mm-hmm. And so how do we go to our Christmas party and make sure we come back to work on Monday?
And still have fun.
Yeah. Still have fun. And that's right. Yeah. We're not the fun police. We're trying to
take that away from HR. We're not the fun police. We just want to have real conversations.
Yeah.
You know?
Make it fun and comfortable for everybody.
I actually read something the other day that people have a workplace personality and a home personality. So
yes,
maybe that Christmas party is trying to integrate, balancing the two of them, give people a little insight into you without getting a little too nervous or embarrassing.
Or too drunk.
Yes, that's basically it. It comes out when you're drunk.
We can start on our first point. Free drinks at the Christmas party.
Yeah, I like to call this the economics of free drinks. It's a lose-lose free drinks, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Like you go up to the bar, you get 2 drinks, you're excited, you don't have to pay. Yeah. But then you have a bit too many, you get a bit wild, you start dancing on the table. Yes.
And as a broke uni student myself, like I hear free drinks and I'm giddy. Like I'm ready to take advantage of it. But I'm thinking back, and every single time that I have, it hasn't ended well. Even if it does for a little bit, it immediately crashes at some point, whether it's in the toilet or on the dance floor. It's a stack.
Yes. So take it from Zoe's experience. Yeah. Getting wasted on free drinks at the Christmas party
it doesn't always end well.
No, it doesn't.
Well, what can we do? What is the alternative? Because I guess an employer, a person hosting a party, they don't want you not to partake.
Yes.
Because that's not great either. So you want to go and you want to have fun and maybe have a drink if that's what you want to do. But how do you work out what a good balance is?
Well, you had the idea of 1 drink, 1 water.
No, but you guys are like,
that.
no, that's too strict. I'm like, 1 drink, 1 water works.
Sorry, Mum. That's not
Apology taken.
I think the most important thing is just having a drink and then not having another one until you can see how you feel. And I think the water gives you that time to just actually become aware of like how drunk you are. Whereas if you're just chucking them back, it doesn't give you any time to realize that, oh wow, I'm really drunk now.
Definitely pacing yourself is a good thing. And I think everyone at parties, everyone's always like, oh, I'm going to the bar, like who wants a drink? Sometimes it's okay to say, I'm okay for this round.
Yeah.
You don't have to accept a drink every single time. If it's free drinks or if it's not free drinks. If someone's going to shout you, you don't have to be like, oh,
ooh, someone else is paying. Yay.
So let's just pace ourselves and not get to a point.
But then there's also the issue of someone's like, well, why aren't you drinking? Why aren't you having a drink?
How to answer that question politely.
Little peer pressure of the workplace.
Well, you could always just ask the bar staff for a fake vodka soda.
I think that too.
A soda with a lime in a short glass that looks like a vodka soda.
Yeah, that's actually really true.
Yeah, definitely.
I've flirted with that idea before.
Look, if you're pregnant and you don't want people to know.
Yes, that is an option, yes. Or you could use
Have you done that?
Maybe.
Oh my God.
Well, I was working,
secret.
like I was in paid employment, not in my own business both the times that I was pregnant. So yeah, there were definitely things I kept to myself early on.
Yeah, definitely. Like you don't want people knowing you're pregnant early on in the pregnancy. So even just I've got to drive tonight. So I've got the kids at home.
You're the designated driver.
I'm the designated driver.
Yeah.
I'm driving
It's a
a couple of people
respectful,
home.
yeah.
We do have a problem with Australian drinking culture, don't we?
Yes.
That we're actually sitting here going, oh, how am I going to explain to people that I don't want to drink alcohol?
Yeah. It's not okay to just say no. They'll be like, what's wrong with you?
It is okay to say no.
Yeah.
But maybe we shouldn't even ask. Maybe that's part of the conversation too.
Yeah, true.
Like, why are we asking people? Getting boozy tonight?
Yeah, true. It's like an expectation.
Yeah.
Parties don't have to involve alcohol.
Yeah, I'm so fun all the time.
To be fair, I feel that. I'm like, I can have fun sober.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's fun.
Going back to that driving part,
Yes.
let's talk about don't have a couple of drinks and then drive home.
Oh, true.
Oh, yeah. And this is really true when you have like a work vehicle.
Oh, yes. If you have a work vehicle, definitely. Even if you have one and you're on your open license, just get someone to pick you up.
Yeah.
Ubers are pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not do that sort of stuff.
Yeah, definitely plan ahead.
Mm-hmm.
What do they say? There's I think there's a Queensland Police Force ad, like plan your drive or
Yeah.
what is it?
Yeah.
I think it's just plan ahead, is it?
Plan ahead?
Yeah, plan ahead.
Yeah. Shout out for the Queensland Police.
Yeah.
Thank you for your drink driving promotions. Yeah, they've definitely helped.
So into back into our Christmas party, something that we've got to be a little bit wary of is our relationships in the workplace. So in the Christmas party, like I said, our personalities shine through. New conversation, it's not really the work conversation, it's more of our personal conversation. So how do we keep it still professional but have a bit of fun?
Yes.
Well,
It's just the concept of don't overshare, hey?
yeah, not oversharing. I think there's a couple of things to think about here. Like one of the ways you can make the most of the Christmas party is actually meet as many people as you can.
Yeah, definitely.
So we tend to at work and even in our personal lives, like stick to the people that we know. Like you might be in a room full of people networking and you might only talk to the 3 people that you know. Well, you haven't made the most of it. But I guess in a workplace, there's this expectation that you have something in common. So you can say, hi, I'm Kearin, I'm from this department.
Yeah.
It's my first Christmas party. What do you do? So you have something in common straight up.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I would say. Like if you leave the Christmas party having met 10 people that you hadn't met before, like you've made the most of it.
I actually think that's a better idea to like branch out and meet people that you're not directly in contact with all the time, because then you have less of a reason to get personal, talk about work drama. Yeah. It's more just like making friends and being able to keep like on the surface of things rather than getting too emotional.
And I think that's good too. Like when you do get back into the workplace and you've met all these people, it broadens your network in the actual workplace. So you can get help. Oh, I met Shane at the Christmas party. He's lovely. He can help us with this sort of thing. So I definitely think networking at your own Christmas party, that's if it's a bigger company. Is definitely a good option to do.
Yeah.
And if it's a smaller company, I would say like focus on just having a really fun time.
Yeah.
Like make the most of whatever the event is.
Yeah.
Get boots and all into it and have fun.
But not too. Don't dance on the tables.
Oh, dancing on the tables is okay.
Oh,
Like,
Kearin's had some.
Well, yeah, let's talk about a work cover claim here. Like, let's just check that it's a sturdy table. Maybe something low, like a nice low coffee table.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about something that like maybe
May or may not have done that.
Yes.
Like, it's fine, guys. I've done it.
Yeah, she'll be right.
Let's talk about something like maybe you shouldn't do when you've had a few drinks and you're at the Christmas party. Maybe you're a bit sweet on someone at the Christmas party that in your workplace, you know. So like, let's maybe not ask out our crush at the Christmas party when we've had a few drinks. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I think workplace relationships, like there's some huge percentage. Can we Google it actually? Like there's some huge percentage of people who actually meet at work and have beautiful, long-term, healthy relationships. Start in the workplace. I actually met my first husband in the workplace. You know,
Really? I didn't know that.
That's right.
Crazy.
And it was fantastic. He's a lovely guy.
Yeah.
So there's definitely like one of the few places that we frequent a lot where we meet people that we can build really great relationships
Yeah,
with.
definitely.
So it's not about, you know, always check your company policy. Like I need like a little
Disclaimer.
across the bottom of the screen here. But yeah, the truth is, unless your company particularly has a policy against workplace relationships, if two consenting adults want to create a friendship or go on a date and see if they like each other, then that's completely acceptable in modern workplaces, generally speaking. But doing it, you know, mixing workplace crush with alcohol,
There's a time and a place. Time and a place is very important when you are trying to mix relationships and workplace.
Like you said, if you're wondering,
have a good chat. Like,
Yeah.
I think flirting is fine. Like, I think that's a good place because you're out of the workplace. You can build up the courage a little bit because it's a party. So go chat, get to know them more, and then maybe ask them out maybe after with a little text.
Yeah, get their number,
afterwards.
or their social media.
But I don't think avoid your crush at all costs. I feel like it's good to
definitely.
like hang out with them, party with them. But
Just fell off the chair.
no free drinks were had. The chair is stable.
oh god,
Yes, I definitely think time and place is very important when it comes to workplace relationships.
yeah,
Okay, can I tell a story?
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I've worked in some great organisations who had fantastic parties. And at one party, we were in a restaurant. We weren't at a sit-down we weren't sitting down to eat. So it cleared most of the tables out. But there were a handful of like these booth-style tables. And so there were people sitting and chatting and there were little tables, but most people were on their feet and moving around, that sort of thing. And this couple had decided that they were keen on each other and they had
I know where this is going.
consensually, like, you know, they're having that chit chat in this little booth. But they also then, you know, they got intimate, like they were kissing and very close and snuggling and they kind of became like a bit of a spectacle. Like everyone, they were in their own little bubble, but they were in a booth in the work Christmas party. So everyone was walking past and going like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, and so come Monday, like people were like, oh, you had a good time at the Christmas party. Now, that was completely consensual between the two of them. They, you know, they are happy to be doing that. But was it the right time and place? And I think that's your point, Kate. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
PDA, like let's say you are in a relationship with someone at work.
Yeah.
Husbands and wives work together, partners work together, like that's pretty normal. Like, but you don't necessarily, like, you're comfortable having a kiss or whatever at the workplace Christmas party, but maybe that kind of PDA isn't okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean, like pecks are fine, but like aggressive making out is a little bit,
That's one way to put it.
I've witnessed it.
it's like,
Yeah, definitely.
you know, and then someone might say something inappropriate, like get a room.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You don't want to be that person.
Then it moves into a little bit more of a sexual harassment case. That's when HR gets involved.
Yeah, the HR do have great fun Monday mornings after Christmas parties.
And I feel like you really do wake up in the morning if you've ever like PDA'd a lot, being like, why did I do that?
Yeah, inhibition is it's a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, next point. So moving on. Starting at in the Christmas party, we're in the bar, we're at a restaurant.
Ooh.
Someone goes, waiter. Yeah.
Garçon.
Yeah.
That's a horrible trait of, like, I don't know, it's from a movie or something.
I don't even know, but weirdly enough, people are rude to staff quite a lot. And I get taken aback because they're so lovely to you. And then I'm just like, wow, what type of person are you? It makes me question everything.
You're still representing your company.
Yeah.
And you're representing yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't, like, as a server myself, you know, for many years, like, it just makes you feel horrible. Like, you feel like you're not even a person.
Yeah.
So, like, doing it not even at, work, Christmas party, just doing it all the time. Like, you feel like a dog being clicked at, being whistled at. Like, come here. Like,
it's a bad trait.
It is a very bad trait.
Yeah.
Okay, let's flip this a little bit. Let's talk about what is a positive and a more professional and engaging way to actually get someone's attention. Because I think that's what they ask. Like, what do you think is the right way to do that?
So definitely. So as a server, you're always walking around. You're always walking through tables. So just a simple like, oh, excuse me, just to stop, and then it's a lot more polite than. So use your words, not your actions, is more what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
So as you raise your hand or you click or something, it's very like degrading almost.
Yep.
So if you just say like, oh, excuse me, miss, or something like that, we're definitely.
Or get up and go and find someone.
Yeah, definitely. Like you're not bound to your chair.
Yeah.
You're allowed to walk around in a restaurant. You're allowed to have a look.
Yeah.
Like you're more than
post-COVID. Remember when we had to sit and drink in pubs? It was like a year ago.
Chairs.
We don't dance here.
Oh God, that
it's
was
musical
bad.
chairs.
It was so terrible. But now post-COVID,
you can get up and go and talk to your servers, and servers love having a chat. So but
that's what I mean. I'm like, people want to help you.
Yeah, definitely. If you're nice to them, people will want to help you. So definitely in the work Christmas party, don't show your boss that you're a prick.
What is a polite way to say that?
Yeah, I was about to say there are a lot of words you could have used. I feel like that was quite appropriate.
It's appropriate. I don't know. We have to have an explicit on our podcast.
Is it Workplace Inappropriate?
Ooh.
Same.
Kate's feeling bad. Don't feel bad, Kate.
Oh God.
Technically, we're at the workplace, so. What do we want to? So we've covered like don't overshare. Let's try not to get into a D&M with our boss and get a little bit too tipsy and get into a D&M with our boss and be like, hey mate, like you reckon you can just like up my pay a bit?
Yeah. I mean,
hey, Kearin, like
you have any
Love it. It's like we're having so much fun at the Christmas party with our free drinks. Can you pay me more?
Yeah, like clearly you can afford free drinks. Like, maybe you can afford to up my pay. Probably not the best time and place to do that if you want a pay rise.
I think the thing is, usually when people say that, they definitely are like, it's a joke. But I just don't.
They're thinking it. They're thinking
I'm like, there's a little bit of truth to every joke, and your boss, I guarantee you, will remember that. So
yes, definitely.
Be cautious.
Yes.
And like but then again, like don't be afraid to joke around with your boss as well. Like your boss is still your friend, like is still a person, is still a friend, and they want to have fun as well. So don't tiptoe around them either.
Yeah.
But just be mindful of what type of jokes you are saying to your boss.
And be careful what you're saying about the boss to other people. That's another thing I'd say. Like, don't get into workplace drama.
Yeah.
Because it always gets back to someone. Don't talk about it.
Yeah, that was one of our points that we had here. Like, keep the workplace at the workplace.
Yeah.
Like, keep work at work. You don't need to bring it into the fun, into the Christmas party. Like,
I mean, it's literally the place for fun without work. So
yeah, exactly. So like
separate them.
You're with the people that you work with. You're in a different environment. You're having fun.
Yeah.
You don't need to talk about work. And that being said, like, have fun and don't be scared to be yourself either.
Yeah.
Like,
I know it's like all these things. Don't do this.
Don't do this.
At the end of the day, it's just
like if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're thoughtful about it.
Yeah, just be thoughtful. That's right.
Have a plan.
Thoughtful of other people.
I will only drink one drink and then a glass of water. I will meet as many people as possible. I will dance.
Karen's got her list written down. Don't get up and sing karaoke in front of everyone.
Oh, hey, I love karaoke.
She does.
That's a do for her.
I will.
You will sing.
See, I have some go-to karaoke songs, but there are some I wouldn't sing at a work Christmas party.
Right.
True. That is true.
Like
What's one of them you wouldn't sing?
I wouldn't sing. I probably wouldn't sing Alanis Morissette. What is it? You Ought to Know. Because it's got a big sweary moment at the end of the song. And she's so angry. Like,
yeah.
But I love the song and I love to do karaoke.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, I killed the album for my sister-in-law. So this summer, the summer of like 1998 or something, I listened to this CD. Remember CDs, people?
No, what is
that was after our time.
Totally,
Before our time.
Totally before your time. So Like, I listen to this album on repeat and I love Alanis Morissette and I love that song. But yeah, I wouldn't do it. But I would do something like, I don't know, what about Dolly Parton, Kate?
Oh, no, she's bringing up Saturday night here. Dolly Parton's always a good go-to. She's lovely. She hasn't got any swearing.
She's workplace appropriate.
Yeah, she's workplace appropriate. We love Dolly. All right, so here's an interesting point that I've got. Partners at the Christmas party. I think it's a depends.
I don't know if this is bad to say, but I feel like it sort of depends on your partner as well, like how willing they are. If they don't want to go and you're forcing them to be there,
yeah, definitely.
It's not the vibe. Like, you don't want to have to be looking after someone the whole night. And if you made them go, it's sort of like...
And that goes like, if you think your partner is a little bit of a partier and gets a bit too loud, maybe you should keep them at home.
Yeah. Then there's a middle ground of then they can be really fun and meet a bunch of new people and be lovely as well. So it's kind of hard to know with all of these things.
Would we do the same briefing with our partner as we would with ourselves? Yeah. The partner. You know, there's only one drink, one water.
Yeah.
And they must agree and sign it. Yeah.
I would sign it in the contract.
Sign it in the contract. People like, this is a contract of our relationship.
Exactly. We're breaking up if you don't do this.
Oh, no.
Yeah, if you're embarrassing me, you must leave. But I'm going to stay and continue to have fun.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about communication.
I mean, if you have mutual trust with your partner, then they're not going to do anything that's going to... Oh, hopefully on purpose.
But then we can bring it back to our little PDA as well. So like maybe we need to have maybe your partner is really affectionate and loves hugging and kissing you in public. Like maybe you need to be like, oh, okay, just like I love you, but maybe just don't kiss me as much at the work Christmas party.
You know, another thing I would say when you said that is like public arguments with your partner.
Oh yeah,
very uncomfortable for everyone who's around you. I just never know what to do. I'm just like,
that's such a good point.
Yeah.
That's like anywhere. That's like any party, hey.
I think so.
Anywhere in public, it's just a bit awkward. If
you need to have like good
energy.
Ground rules for arguments.
Yeah.
And it's not about arguing. It's both of you against the problem, not you against each other.
Exactly.
That's right. Exactly. So it's like if that comes to happen in a Christmas party, maybe step outside or
take a few deep breaths.
Yeah, try and keep it for home.
Yeah. This is
maybe reconsider your relationship
advice.
This isn't relationship advice. This is HR advice.
Yeah, that's right. I'm like,
all right.
Very true though.
So what if we've got a Christmas party that's not at a bar? We're a bit different. We're a bit hip. We're a bit cool. We've gone go-karting for the weekend. We've gone paintball. We've gone paintballing. We've gone roller skating. We've gone golfing. We've done some sport. We're a bit adventurous.
Yeah.
This is more aimed at me. Don't get over competitive.
Yeah. I would be scared if I was up against Kay doing almost anything. Sport. Yeah.
Anything that involved a hockey stick. Yeah. Sure.
Over the head.
But I would say like it'd have to be us as a team.
Yes.
Versus anyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like we couldn't separate ourselves from Kate because we'd get annihilated.
True.
And then we'd have to go back to work and be all like, Kate beat us.
Kate really disrespected us on the court.
But then it should be, I need to say to myself, oh, I need to calm it down.
Yeah.
This is my work Christmas party. I can't be too over.
Sometimes things are for fun.
Yeah.
And competition, but mostly for fun.
Like, I don't have to win everything. It's okay if Kearin wins.
You end up like sobbing outside.
That's right. Well, the problem is we're both competitive.
Yeah.
Imagine that if we weren't
I'm kind of the same. Like I want to win, so I'm like,
it's important to have that friendly competition. I think it's when it gets to the point of aggression. You know, like I know I play sport, so when you're on the hockey field, you get very competitive. You get a bit aggressive. I feel like that's where it needs to stay in your sport, in your professional sport, and when you're doing adventure stuff, that's when that aggression needs to.
I feel like this is fun and games. Like everyone's laughing, but this genuinely does happen. I swear.
Yeah, definitely.
Like every single group when you go out with friends, if it's like against each other,
there's always that
someo's losing.
There's always that one.
They're angry.
I'm just giggling because Kate just referred to her like local social hockey team as professional.
We are professional. We won the grand final.
That's funny.
Everyone heard that, right?
Yeah. Like,
yes,
keep it for professionals.
Kate. Yeah, keep it for the professionals.
The Olympics.
Future hockey roos. Oh, hang on. What are the girls' team?
Yeah, hockey roos.
Hockey roos? Yeah. Future hockey roo, Kate Owen.
That's funny.
Anyway.
We'll be there cheering you on.
And I'll be yelling up at you on the field.
Love it.
All right. So let's talk about
back.
Let's move it back to our going to a Christmas party. So a lot of people, a lot of teams. So in a big work company, sometimes you've got separate departments, separate teams of smaller people. Mm-hmm. And they usually try and do like a pre-thing before the Christmas party. Like, let's go get pre-drinks at Sarah's house. Let's try and be inclusive. Yeah, that's the word I was trying to look for.
I think it's okay to be, like we said, exclusive with your teams. It doesn't have to be everyone in the workplace if it's a big workplace. But if you're having like 3 people from your team and there's like 2 left out and they hear about it, it's not very nice.
You gotta be inclusive.
You know, you have every day of the week to hang out with them by yourselves if you want to, but it's the work Christmas party.
It's like if me and Zoe were like, let's have some prees. Let's not invite Kearin.
Yeah. She can sit home.
Or like we're going to dress in theme and be like killer, walk into the Christmas party all together and you one other work colleague's like, oh, that's my team. Yeah, pretty sad.
It's very disheartening for the person that gets left out.
Yeah.
And it's just not.
It's no mean girl type stuff.
Yeah, we're not mean girls.
It's not high school.
It's not high school, and that's probably a very good point in workplaces. Workplace is not high school.
Yeah.
What else do we have to talk about?
But you want to be funny, Kate, right?
What?
We've got jokes here.
Jokes.
Crack some jokes.
Cracking some jokes. Kearin said that to me because every second word that comes out of my mouth is a joke.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, I don't know about jokes. Like
everyone, it's always, if you have a fun personality, like if you're a joker, you always have jokes. But I feel like if you are a joker and and that's your personality, you know the time and place for jokes, for certain jokes. It's
like some people don't.
That is
some
true.
people are jokers, and I'm like, why'd you say that?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But particularly because you've just gone outside the workplace, you've had a few drinks. It's like, well, come on. If I was at work, I wouldn't say it. But I'm having fun now, and I want to tell this really highly misogynist joke or a joke about, that's xenophobic and something horrible, right?
I think
it doesn't belong in the workplace.
What I said was, if you have to think about whether it's appropriate to say, don't say it. Yeah.
That's right. It's
that's
like
just such a standalone. Just don't say inappropriate things.
I always like the notion that a joke is genuinely funny on its own merit and isn't poking fun at anyone else.
Yes, that's right. That's right. As soon as you have to make fun of someone to have a laugh, that's not it.
Yeah. You're not funny.
Not it. Not funny.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a no from us.
Yeah. And I feel like every person has been the subject to like one of those jokes and no one feels nice about it. Everyone can always be like, it's just a joke. But I don't know one person who's like, I love getting joked about constantly.
Yeah, and like we've got such a notion in Australia mainly is that like
taking the piss.
Yeah, it's taking the piss.
Yeah.
If the person that is being picked on, they just say, well, I'm just going to have to take it because as soon as I raise my concern, everyone, we're so laid
like
back.
Successful.
Yeah.
They've successfully pissed you off or made you feel uncomfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
you've bitten. Is that what they got a bite?
Yeah. So like you just have to be like laid back and you've just got to let it slide.
Yeah, we have a very like chilled culture in Australia. Like no one can care about things or else it's like embarrassing.
Yeah. But it should be brought back to the perpetrator. Like they shouldn't be saying stuff like that in the first place.
Exactly. That's where the prevention comes in.
Yeah, true.
And this is where you need to be mindful of your jokes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mindful of your conversation, stuff like that. So let's talk about damage control. So say we've gotten a little bit too drunk at the Christmas party. We've accidentally gone over to our crush. We've asked them out. They've said no, sorry, or should we talk about this like another time? Like what do we do? Like how do we not make this situation?
Well, and then you've just told 20 people that you asked your crush out and they were like, oh, like not tonight. And so you're like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. And you've had a massive cry. You spent 2 hours telling like every other person you work with.
God, that's
because that could happen. What do you do?
One thing I would say, like obviously there's a lot of things you can do to mitigate it, but I wouldn't like break down and like be incapacitated. Like everyone has those days and everyone has been that person that is drunk. And when I think about it, I'm not looking at someone who is saying that to me and doing all those things and being like, oh God, you're pathetic. You know, I'm like, oh, I've been there. You know, they're too drunk. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like I would say don't be too hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's not any way to fix the problem. You know, it's happened.
Yes.
Yeah. I would say don't get salty at that person or don't get cranky at them. Just like mutual, just like, oh yeah, cool, thank you. Like walk away and keep enjoying your night. Like you don't have to make it ruin your night.
Yes.
It's a difficult one.
It's like I would resign.
I hereby apologise for my behaviour and I resign.
Yeah.
I never want to go into the workplace again. Please send me my coffee mug. Look, I think, let's say that is the real scenario. You've had this deeper meaning conversation. The person's like, oh, you know, this isn't, I don't feel comfortable with this. And maybe you were too inebriated to really pick up on that, you know, that subtlety, because most people will be nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like we're taught to be nice, even in situations where we want to say no. You know, so
it's that laid back, like
it's like, ooh, oh no. Right? So I think come even Saturday or Sunday, like let's say it's a Friday night Christmas party, which is pretty normal, just sort of reach out and say, look, I'm really sorry I did that at that time. I really appreciate that you don't feel the same way, and I'm obviously not going to raise it again, but I appreciate that on the night you were really kind enough to just to kind of let me down gently and look forward to seeing you at work and apologise. Right? And then they'll probably come back and go, oh, look, it's really okay and look forward to seeing you Monday as well. But try and be proactive in sort of, you know, the elephant in the room. You know you did it. They know you did it. But then you've told 20 people and had a big cry, right? So what do you do about that as well?
That's the hardest part. I feel like always when I talk about something that's bothering me, I feel so much better. So communication is key. Like just tell them straight up you're sorry.
Yes.
Because it's going to be this big thing that just is always going to be there otherwise.
Yeah.
With the 20 other people, I'm not sure about that one.
Well, I think girls are probably going to tell 20 other girls.
Yeah. True.
So I think we just kind of go back and go, oh, I'm so embarrassed. Like I barely want to come to work today.
Yeah. Just
and they'll probably
have a chit chat about it.
Yeah.
You know,
and he was totally cool and lovely about it, or she was totally cool and lovely about it.
Like,
and
it's just like, I'm okay now. Like it's fine. We're moving on. Let's get to work.
Let's get to work. And like, can someone please be my chaperone at the next Christmas party so that doesn't happen again?
Create preventive.
Make light of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, don't take it too harshly.
Yeah.
Don't be too hard on yourself. Yeah.
What else? What other things might we need to seek damage control over?
So what if we've gotten too drunk at the Christmas party and we've thrown up on the dance floor?
Oh.
No. That's not fun.
And someone's like carried you out?
Yeah, or we've passed out on the front. Like then you come Monday and they're like, oh, Kearin, you had a big night.
You slipped off the table and you vomited on the dance floor.
I mean, how do you deal with that? Because I would be so overwhelmed by everyone saying it to me all day. I'd be like, please stop, I know.
Yeah. How was the hangover on Sunday?
Yeah.
You kind of,
I hate that one.
You could just come to work with like a badge that says, I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah. You just have to make light of the situation and be like, yeah, I accept what I did.
Yeah. Obviously, a good idea. Wear a badge because that'd be funny then.
Yeah,
and no one's being like, "Oh."
I definitely think, making light of the situation. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't take it to heart because we've all been there. We've all had that. But
what if you've done something that's genuinely given rise to concern that your workplace might actually sit you down and be like, look, you crossed a line there that you shouldn't have crossed.
Oh God, that would be terrifying.
So what about starting a conflict? So like
getting in a fight.
Yeah,
like workplace beef. Taking workplace beef
to getting into a fight.
Look, depends. Look, these situations are quite interesting. Like if there's a mutual beef and both parties have got in and they're having their say and they're obviously just a bit worked up, then it's probably a mutual thing and both parties will get told, hey, that wasn't okay. Maybe we should send you off for some training. Here's the policy.
Yeah.
So it's like a reminder and a commitment that that's not going to happen again.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's first level intervention into workplace behaviour is the reminder. But let's say it's not a mutual beef. Let's say I've just got up to Zoe and gone like, I can't believe you did that. And Zoe's just like, I don't know.
Zoe accidentally tripped and spilled a drink on Kearin, and Kieran's just lost her.
You're so annoying.
Like, I've thrown a drink on her or something.
She's like, yeah.
Stop, I would cry.
You just
It's like assault.
Yeah. Assault.
It could be assault
accidentally assault
by non-vodka lime and soda.
So how do we come back from that?
Well, again, it's going to be up to your workplace, but you've got to make a commitment to acknowledge. You've got to make a commitment to apologise.
Yeah.
And you've got to then also rethink, well, hey, did I do the right thing?
You got to take ownership.
It's a little bit hard. I feel like if you're doing that in the first place, you'd have to step back and take a look at yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you can't take, responsibility for what you've done and know that it's a bad thing, then maybe you should go to therapy or something.
Yeah.
Take some work.
Maybe.
Do some work on yourself,
Yeah.
So like maybe you're a bit too stressed about work.
Yeah.
And you need to look at having some stress leave or
get some
going to a doctor.
Moral ground.
Yeah.
Basic moral compass.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Just taking some time to reflect.
Yeah,
would
definitely.
be important. Yeah.
But taking ownership would be the first step.
Yeah.
If you just deny,
apologising.
you deny, you're like, oh, I didn't do that. Like,
Just makes everything
it wasn't
worse.
me. Like, I was too drunk. Like, that was just me being drunk. Like, you got to just take ownership. Like, yeah, sorry. Like, I understand. I was a bit like hyped up. Like, you've just got to take ownership, I think. Yeah. And people are genuinely like very understanding. So
yeah. If there's a sincere apology, I feel like a lot of the times people will want to forgive you. Like, no one wants to hold a grudge.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think there is leeway. Like, you're at a party, you've been given the opportunity to drink as much as you want. Obviously, in Australia, we have responsible service of alcohol. But whether or not, depending on where your Christmas party is, that might not be the case. So people are prepared to give you a bit of leeway if you're accountable. If you did that in the workplace, that would be different.
Yes.
So just acknowledging that, thinking about your Christmas party plan.
Christmas party
Am I the fun place? Am I taking all the fun out of this? I don't know.
It's just the mum.
It's just the mum in me.
Yeah, it's the mum.
I mean,
it's important.
I feel like
it's still
even
a work
if you take
event.
just a little bit of this advice, and not stick to a T, do the plan and overthink everything, it's still going to help you in the long run, I feel, even if it's just a little smidge of thinking and planning. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that would be a good idea.
Yeah, it's just definitely planning. Like, don't restrict yourself too much. Like, just remember you're still in a bit of a professional setting. Like, even though you're all having fun, you're having a couple of drinks, you just got to remember the basics of the person.
It's still a workplace.
It's still a workplace, that's right. We still have to act and behave.
And you always have the chance to redeem yourself, I feel. Like, if you're at that point where you can't see straight, drink 3 glasses of water and have something to eat.
Have a break, then
definitely. You can get back into it,
That's something we didn't talk about. So, the importance of being hydrated, generally speaking, going into any kind of event, but also eating enough.
Oh,
yeah, definitely.
I feel like it changes the way I feel the next day.
Oh, yeah.
How drunk I get.
That's just on Alcohol 101, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
We better wrap this up. Well, thank you, everybody, for listening to our first podcast.
Yes.
It's been fun. I hope you've took some advice from our little Christmas party and have fun at all your Christmas parties.
Yeah,
absolutely. Have fun. We want to hear.
Yeah.
Hear, do you have any specific advice of how you should approach your Christmas party?
Do you have any scenarios?
Yeah. Any stories you want to tell past Christmas parties?
Yeah.
Because we'll do a Q&A in a couple of weeks where we can go through and answer your specific questions and we can chat about scenarios. So we put forward a couple, but
definitely send them through. We want to hear.
There are so many niche things that happen at work Christmas parties. It would be really interesting to hear about.
And if you like the idea of having more meaningful conversations about genuine workplace events and the influence of our work and our behaviour, then talk to us more about our workplace training.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look us up, workforcepositive.com. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
ladies.
Christmas.
Thanks for listening to Workplace Inappropriate from WorkplacePositive.com. Workforce Positive offers a fresh approach to bullying and harassment prevention training. Our training goes beyond the legislative definitions. We apply learning to real examples so that your team are equipped to make the best possible decisions on their conduct. With the Workplace Inappropriate training program, employers have access to monthly live training to induct new team members every 30 days, ensuring that you're always current with your legal obligations to actively prevent bullying and harassment at work. We have your policy, process, conduct charter, and training covered, all in one place. Contact workforcepositive.com at www.workforcepositive.com to learn more.